quick update on the upper cabinet. I think it is 99% complete. I just patched one more little hole that with filler that I gotta wait to dry and then sand, but it is done. A little different than I expected when we started. The intent was to just build that side, and then this piece was going to go all the way across the door. But I built kind of an example piece, and we looked at it, and it just felt like it didn't make a lot of sense to have it extend way out across the door. So we're just going to build one piece right here. So then, like I said, built this piece. Then I realized that I wanted this to go all the way to the top as one continuous piece because it'll actually be, painted on the outside, and I just didn't want a bunch of patchwork on that. So this box, I'll show in a later video, it was kind of just this box right there. You can see from the back here in just a minute. So I put all that together and attached it there, and then ended up building that on top of it and built that top piece just because I'm going to put crown molding at the very top and wanted something to anchor to. You can see all of this much better from the back. It does not look nearly as professional from the back. So you can see this was all one piece, or all one unit to right there. So this top was not a part of it. So it went to there, and I expected this top to be there. So then we built this, is all one piece there, but you can see it attaches on the side to this entire side. So that had to get attached. So that got added. Then we added this single piece here just so we could put the front on. So probably would have done it a little different had I planned it out a little better, but you can't really tell, I don't think, you can tell really any of that from the front. It just looks like one nice solid piece. And I probably overdid it. We're painting it, but I used wood filler, which I've never really used before, to fill all of this. And it's a two-part, I assume it's effectively just like Bondo. It's like a two-part epoxy, and fill it in and sand it, and looks great. You know, that's the joint that's really funky. From the front, the only thing you'll ever be able to tell is if this joint shows. That looks a little weird. This should have just been all one piece going all the way up, but I already had this attached and glued on, and Brad nailed it. It would have been virtually impossible to get it off. But I'm really happy with it. We're not going to put any faces on the cabinets. They're just going to be open little cubbies. I'm not ready to make doors and hang hinges yet, but maybe for the next project. But overall, it looks great. And like I said, it probably went a little overkill on the wood filler. You can see I filled every single place here where the face wasn't perfectly flush with the board. Some needed more than others. This one really needed it. So I'm happy about that. I think once we get paint on it, paint would have filled some of that, but it still would have left a little bit of a crack there. And now it's just going to feel like one continuous solid piece, which I think once it's all painted, I'll be really happy that I spent that extra time. Probably took, only another hour to really get all of these joints to be super smooth. And you can see, that one I filled quite a bit on. And then here, because, let's see, yeah, those are actually those filled in really good. Because this attached to that outside wall, I had the pocket screws here. The Craig pocket screws were here. So filled big holes there with wood putty and wood filler, and same thing up here. And it really does a great job. It's super smooth. Once you paint it, you won't even know that they're there. So that is the top piece. I think I'm going to paint it out here, maybe spray it. I need to buy a sprayer. Paint it out here once, and then we'll go and install it right on the other side of that wall. I've got the base all ready to go that supports the butcher block. It just needs to be installed, or painted and then installed. But I've got to take all that out over there and paint the walls first, and then paint this, and then install everything. It should be almost done. I'm going to trim it. I think I've got to figure out how to trim the wrong side. I want to trim some of this out. I actually want to put like a kind of a box trim around it, I think. I'm actually, I don't know, not as confident about that now as I was when I first thought about it. I was especially thinking on this side to put a piece of trim here, but we'll see. I'll revisit that and post a video once I get all that done. I got some pieces of board, and it's got a 3/8 exposure on either side, and you can't get 3/8, so I'd have to, like, I don't know, rip something down, or I'm just not sure how to do that. So, or not sure how to make that work. So we'll figure it out. But so far I'm really happy with it, and just need to get it painted, which is not my favorite thing to do, but I think it'll make it look really nice once we get it done. So good enough, probably more than good enough on this one. Definitely, I'd say it's good enough from the way the boxes came together on the, the filling of holes and sanding. I probably did overkill. I'm really, really happy with it. So there it is. We'll come back with more videos soon. I'm going to go ahead and post this one now. I've got a bunch of time-lapse of things that I'll put together. Once it's all done, I'll show some of it kind of coming together, and you can see kind of me struggling, making cuts and trying to figure out how it's all going to fit. And but this is major progress, and it should be pretty much downhill from here.